My friend's Jeff Faldallen, and I'm from Clovis, California. I grew up in Ogden, Utah until I was about 15, and then I moved up to North Dakota and moved all over while I was up in North Dakota, and wasn't real excited about graduating because when I graduated I had to go out and earn my own way, and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I'd moved around so many times at that point that I really hadn't a place that I could call home. But decided after a car accident that woke me up and working on drilling rigs and things like that, I realized that I didn't want to be a laborer for the rest of my life, and I knew that my body would only go to a certain point. So I got pretty broken up in the wreck, but I also, I just wanted to. I just knew that being a laborer wasn't what I wanted, and nothing against laborers or anything like that. There's people that actually enjoy it. I love working with my hands, but I just knew that there's only a certain lifespan in that. So I went to college to be a art teacher, and recognized real soon that wasn't going to take me very far. So then I went into to get a bachelor in fine arts, and my concentration was in jewelry and photography. Got a semester away from that, and a friend of mine talked me into going to architectural school, and which I went to 2 years. I got accepted into the program, and you can see that I've got this pattern of starting things, getting excited about them, and not finish them. And what I didn't realize was there was a lot of things missing. First of all, the most important thing was that I didn't have the mindset to complete things. But it was while I was in my going to architectural school that I applied for to be a jeweler at a chain store, and ended up getting hired. They said the only way they'd hire me is if they could bring me on full time. Ended up moving to another town, and the manager of that store and I became real good friends, and he began to teach me a lot of things about business, about advertising, P&Ls, percentages, things like that. But I still had a long ways to go. Still had a ton of mindset stuff to do. It was 20 years ago. It's almost 21 years ago that I've been clean from drugs and alcohol. And the only reason I say that is because most of my life has been spent running away from my mindset. And so I had a long ways to go there, but I excelled real fast in the company. Within a year and a half, I was managing my own store, managed that for about a year. I was asked to be demoted because of my inability to manage other people. And what I ended up doing, and my ego was in the way, and I quit, went back to school to finish out my fine arts degree. And it was then that something happened that changed my life forever. A friend of mine, a gal that did the flowers for our store, called me up and told me about this company that you could make selling jewelry, or make money selling jewelry. It was a network marketing company. Um, Fell in love with it, got a few friends and family involved, and while I was doing that, I ran into somebody else that was talking, another network marketing company with it was about prepaid calling cards, and I fell in love with it. I love technology. I love being on the cutting edge of technology, and I learned some things about network marketing that I believe everybody struggles with at some point. And from my own experience and from reading my mentors and classes and courses that purchased have all told me the same thing, that they've all struggled with about the same thing. And that's really not knowing how to network or communicate with people. So I had some success with the prepaid calling thing, but it was a pyramid scam. As soon as it got out in North Dakota, it got shut down, and there went my dreams. But shortly after that, I started looking for jobs because I didn't want to stay in North Dakota. I was tired of how cold it was, and because one thing led to another, I ended up getting hired by a company in California for a gold mine company, being a jewelry designer and running their jewelry division. That didn't last very long. They were putting payroll on credit cards, and so what I did is again put an ad out on the internet, and ended up coming to working for a small town mom and pop store in Central California. But it was there. It was at the jewelry at the mine is where I fell in love with internet marketing. And even a little bit before that, before I came out of California, I fell in love with marketing, network marketing. I bought Brad Ridgedale's course. I just fell in love with this idea of being an entrepreneur, and I got that bug when I was managing that store. And after working for this guy for my last job, the last employer I had, I worked with him for almost 5 years, a little over 5 years, and I had an accident that laid me up about 5 weeks, and I'd already started making money online by selling jewelry. And it was in that 5 weeks time that I was laid up. I'd injured my back during a car accident. I realized how unhappy I was working for somebody else. He dictated when my vacations was. There was just a lot of things that I just knew that I had to get out on my own. I was psychological unemployable as Jeffrey Combs talks about. But so then from that point on, I really set forth the effort, really started learning a lot about selling stuff online. And this was back in, I'm going to say, the early 2000s. And started making a lot of money selling jewelry online. They told me I couldn't do it. And then I found a partner that really helped me invest in doing it. And one day I woke up and my entire business was shut down, started getting into, so then I had to go back on the streets and start doing wholesale repair for jewelry stores. And it was at this point that somebody called me about network marketing again. And I was just like, you know what? I've been down this road and I just don't want to go down here anymore. I've tried it, wasn't successful at it. But she seemed like a strong leader. She really knew what to say. And so I took her up on it. First thing I did is I got online and I started looking up how to generate leads, how to talk to people, and I come across some things that just absolutely blew me away. Now, this was about 5 years ago, and that has led down to where I'm at today. Did I stay with network marketing? That company, no, I didn't, not at that time. I still didn't understand what mindset was, what changing my mindset, how important that was to change from having an employee mindset to becoming an entrepreneur mindset. And I've spent the last 5 years really developing that and really understanding some things that are very, very crucial in order to have success with any business. Because the statistics are that 95% of businesses fail within their first 5 years. 90 to 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. Friends, that's staggering statistics, so the odds are against you. But what I found out by reading the book The E-Myth by Michael Gerber is that 10% of businesses, only 10% of businesses fail in the 10 years if they have a system in place, which is a franchise. You can call a franchise a system. And what I have found in diligently looking and researching and learning and all that stuff about network marketing is that there's another way that you can do network marketing, and it's online. Friends, there's over 450 million people on Facebook alone. Okay, that is more than the population of the United States. And learning how to tap into that with the system is very, very, very powerful, and it's very, very profound. Since then, I've gone on to have where I've done conference calls or webinars where I've made $2,500 within an hour. I've had people call me up and say, I want to manage you or me mentor them because they seen a video on YouTube and made $1,000 within a few minutes. I've had that happen over and over, and I don't say that I'm not anybody. I graduated with 7 in my class. There wasn't, being scholastic and intelligent wasn't my forte in my life at that time. But today I am a ferocious learner. I love learning. I understand that to be an entrepreneur, what makes you what a true definition of an entrepreneur is to be a problem solver. You seek problems and you provide a solution for them. And what determines how much you're going to get paid for anything is the value you bring to the marketplace. So I'm constantly learning how to bring more and more value to the marketplace. And if you have a system in place, it makes everything much, much easier. And see, some of the frustrations that I had as a network marketer, not only what I experienced, but I knew if I was experiencing them, because I've been in sales for 20 years, that other people were having those same frustrations. And what I have found that is if you have a system in place that attracts prospects to you, rather than you having to go to talk to friends and family who have no idea that they want to be in business, they have the sum average of your five best friends, and a lot of people don't understand, don't even want to question the reality or why they're in a position that they are. It's like they say, an unexamined life is not worth living, and it's very, very true, because we are all at the level of financial status is because of our philosophy about money. People aren't broke because of this economy; they're broke because of their philosophy about their money. And if you have a system that teaches you that mindset, you can achieve great, 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 great things. So what I want to do is I want to give you a free gift. I want you to opt in, put your name and email and phone number in the list below, and you're going to land on a page that's going to give you a lot of information about what I'm talking about, of how you can attract leads online and how I can help you. And give me a call, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have. And also, we're not just talking about network marketing. We're talking about marketing anything online. I've been doing it since before the web was even around. It's all about learning about how leveraging your time. And friends, that's all we have. Time is not money, and all we have is time. Because you can spend the whole life making $1 million, but if I can show you how to do it in a couple of years, you have just bought back most of your life. So time is not money. So friends, fill in the information down below, and I'll see you on the other side. God bless. Take care.